Welcome back to my channel. I am Coach Shika. I am the founder of One More Step, Purpose, Vision, and Relationship Coach. I'm veteran focused. First, don't forget, if you have not got a copy of my book, The Realization of Irrelevance, Finding Your You After the Military, do so. You can find it on my website, www.onemore-step.com. You can find it on Amazon, and also on my website, you can do a downloadable, a 30-page downloadable, right? A workbook so you can make some changes in your life, do what you want to do, be who you want to be. Okay? All right? A downloadable. Again, it's on my website at www.onemore-step.com. Now, let's get into business. This is part 6 of my series, Military Relationships and Military Marriages. This part is called Being Married into the Military. Being married into the military. Now, just as I talked about before, I too was married to a civilian. Right? And what that means is, when married to a civilian means that you serve and they don't. Service member career comes first. And I know for some that's kind of a hard pill to swallow, but that's just the way it is, because when the country calls, guess what? That service member has to go. So at the end of the day, the service member's career comes first, and unfortunately yours is second. Now, after having, I read a couple of surveys and everything, and they talk about what military spouses are saying out there when it comes to being married to a service member. 75% of them says that being married to a service member actually hurts their marriages because of they feel inadequate, because not just because they feel as though, especially a male. Let me say it from a male's perspective. Most men believe that they should be the breadwinner of the family. So because they're the breadwinner of the family, they feel as though they should be the one making the more money. But when you have a civilian that is a male married to a female soldier, sometimes that kind of hurts the relationship, because the man feels as though they're having to put their career on hold. Because, statistically, we know morally speaking, most of the time, it's okay for a woman to be at home and take care of the kids, right? Traditionally. We've seen our four grandfathers and grandmothers do that. And then when we see a male who's married to a service member and he's not serving, that could be a little complicated, because then he becomes Mr. Mom, and some guys' pride don't allow them to do that, so they want to continue to be the man and provide and make more money so that they can, because it's about their pride. Some of the things that you can do when you run into this is, first, when you know that you are going to be in this situation, you need to establish yourself as far as who you are and what it is that you're trying to do. So say, for example, you are an IT tech, or you are an electrician, or you are a dentist, or a counselor, or a teacher, whatever. Establish what it is you're going to do. Establish what it is you plan on doing, and talk to your service member about it. So if you want to be a teacher, for example, once you know you're going to move to Fort Hood, Fort Campbell, Fort Polk, wherever, get with your teachers associations over in that area so that you can talk to them and find out what's going on in your community and how you can be involved. Okay, so that once you do move to that spot, and you need to do those things ahead of time. Once you do move to that spot, then you'll have a better idea of some of the jobs that's available and what do you need to do in order to get to where you need to be in your career. Another thing, make sure that you get involved with your Chamber of Commerce. You want to get involved with your Chamber of Commerce so you can have an idea of what's going on in your community and what's to come. Are there playgrounds coming? Are they going to be shutting down schools soon? Are they going to be combining the kids? Are they going to be opening up another school? Whatever. You need to get involved with those type of things so that you can have an idea, because you are a civilian. So because you are a civilian, you have to keep eyes on what's going on in the civilian world, because the military service members have to keep eyes on what's going on inside their world. And I know that's like, okay, but you're still civilian, you still live in this world. Yeah, but we don't really, be involved with what's going on in the community. I never even voted for a mayor until I retired. Prior to that, I didn't care who was mayor, because I knew that when I got to that city, anything that mayor did or didn't do, it wasn't going to have an impact on me, because I had to go by the UCMJ. So anything I did didn't apply. But as a civilian, you need to know what's going on, because those rules or those things that come in may very well impact your job. So you need to keep your eyes on the civilian world while your service members keep their eyes on the military world. Okay. Another thing you can do is make sure you get yourself involved with the family, the FRG, will be able to tell you some things that you need to know, period. You don't have to call them and have their coffees with them when they go have coffees, but when they have their FRG meetings and things like that, you need to be involved with them. Same thing as the town hall meetings. You need to be involved with town hall meetings in the civilian sector and the town hall meetings in the military sector, because they have them both. Okay, you need to be involved with those things, right? Now, some of the downfalls that I heard about or I read about is that military spouses make 25% less than what their civilian counterparts do, what their civilian counterparts make. And what that means is, say for example, you're a teacher, and because of the fact that you're stationed somewhere else with your spouse who is a service member, your civilian counterparts may make more money than you in that field because they've been at that particular location for maybe longer than you. So you're just getting there, and so you're jumping in, and although you have this experience, it's still one of those things where you start a new job. Although it might be the same type of job, you start a new job. So sometimes you can come in on that market and you'll make 25% less than what they're making, and sometimes that's just the way it is. But one of the positive things that you guys can do is now they have it where the service member can give their their 9/11 GI Bill to their spouses. So therefore, if you guys can go to school, and which is for a lot of people, that's everything, because the spouse was never able to go to school before because the serviceman was always moving. But there's online programs, and you can use your service member's GI Bill for online programs. Still get the money, still get the benefits, the whole 9 yards, the book stipend, all that. So there's things out there. You guys got medical care, you guys got commissary, you got the PX, you got everything. So there are going to be some sacrifices. You know that. You knew that coming into it, that there were going to be some sacrifices, right? But you're going to have to find out what works for you and your family. Because if you don't, then it will end in something tragic, okay? You have to understand that they're not going to be able to, maybe attend every doctor's meeting or every, whatever, right? They may not be able to come to your job on the day where you're having your family or you having your Christmas picnic or your Christmas party at your job. They may not be able to go. They may be deployed. They may be doing something else, right? But on those times that they can make it, make sure you guys establish that type of communication where you know that that person supports your career and you support that person's career. Because at the end, that's what it's going to be about. You supporting them and them supporting you. And service members, if you're listening to this video, make sure you don't just look at their careers as if they're irrelevant, because they're not, right? Your spouse is going to be the person that's going to hold you down when you can't hold yourself down because you're doing something else or you've been away too long. They're going to be the ones that pay your bills, take care of your kids, whether it's a male spouse or a female spouse. When you are a service member, respect their position as a spouse. Respect their position as a spouse and as somebody who's trying to make a way for themselves, because eventually you're going to walk away from the military and all you're going to have left is your family. So you need to make sure you put your family first no matter what. Do everything you can to make sure that they're happy. There's a little saying out there, happy wife, happy life, right? But I guess that would be the same thing if you were a male. You want to keep them happy as well. Because don't forget, if you have not followed this series, this is episode 6 of my series, right? Episode 6 of military marriages, military relationships. So if you have not watched the other 5 episodes, go back and do so you can catch up, find out what's going on, so you can, know what we're talking about. There's only going to be about 10 parts to this series, and I'll move on to the next series, series 2, all right? So you guys, thank you for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.